This is my own gameplay. So I also need to plug in my phone so I can see that. So I have everything ready for this run.
Please don't subslug.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the terrible music. I'm gonna make sure subtitles are on because I don't have game audio, but I'm ready now, so you ready? I don't know why you have to be ready. Alright, I'm gonna get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so immediate thing I do is there's a lot of loading screens first off. That's why I play on GameCube. Not only is it the version I have, but normally PS2 is not very good for loads. So now we're gonna learn how to navigate our menu, where we see some stuff like our locator, our planner, which tells us what our current objective is, and also our messenger, where we can get messages. And then when I get to moving, I'm gonna equip roller skates because while roller skating, you can hold down Y, and that's the fastest movement in the game. There's like a 3-second animation when you put on the roller skates, so there are some instances where you don't want to put on the roller skates to move because it's literally faster to just like walk over there, and that's the same length as the animation of the roller skates. But there's 4 different characters, as this is a licensed game of pre-existing characters, so we get to switch between those, and each of those have different missions. So this little introduction section, we're going to learn different things. So there we learned about how we can buy clothes, and that'll do something, I guess. I don't know. And then with Chloe, we basically learned what the game is. So the next character we're going to meet, we're going to go to Rock Out. We're going to meet Sasha, who is my personal favorite character. Because they all have nicknames. And Sasha's nickname is Bunny Boo, and as you can tell by my Twitch username, I like that. I'm into that. But here we're going to learn about music. We can get music to play. We're never going to buy another song in the run, but we have to buy a song to have the game let us leave the store. And now we're going to go over to the greatest place. And guess what's going to happen now? We're gonna get a cat. So, I don't know why, but for some reason this game has a mechanic where pets exist, and I can get a pet if I want one.
Hi there.
So, I'm gonna go get one, because the game makes us. I just have to walk up to this counter. There's a cutscene right here, and then I can actually walk up to the counter. It doesn't matter which pet you get. Every pet has the same speed and stuff, so we just mash A and get a cat named B.
I gotta be real.
Which, it be like that, I guess. And then we can walk right out.
You've made your
Okay, I'm supposed to meet Yasmin outside
I got
the
a
mall
Discord
now.
notification.
Now,
Now, we're gonna meet our final of the 4 Bratz characters, which is Yasmin. And with Yasmin, we're gonna get basically the only instance of luck in the run is we have to play a minigame right here, and the solution where we have to, it's kind of like if you play those games where you're given stuff and then you have to like kind of guess what the code is. It's like that. Okay, so this is
Have fun with RNG.
it's this stuff. Okay, never mind. I actually don't know. I'm gonna exit the minigame and try playing it again. I want to get it within 4 tries because you want to make homemade treats. Okay, I don't have any homemade treats right now, which is not good. You want... Okay, I need to go back to the office. This is really bad. You want to have homemade treats because there are parts where you're going to have to feed your pet, and it's faster to have homemade treats in those parts because then there will be less time in between when you need to give your pet a treat. So by not getting any treats, by not playing the minigame right, I'm actually going to be slower in some of the sections that are kind of like auto-scrollers. I do have an opportunity to go over to the treat station, I believe, one more time before the first pet auto-scroller, so it shouldn't matter too much. But now we're getting into the main gameplay of the game, which is we get to, as each character, go to our computer to get a mission, and then complete the mission, and this is going to teach us about the camera. So, the camera is a mechanic in this game where you can take out your camera and take a picture.
That's pretty much it. We can use the photo
It's
section
really
of
only
iTunes
useful
to
for
view and
missions,
watch
but if you
any
want to take a
pictures
picture at any time, you
Pretty
can.
useful for saving our favorite pics. When I'm ready,
I'm going to wait here because I have to wait for that text to end before the loading zone appears.
Stop following me.
Alright, I want to see if I can't
Now
run
let's
over
practice.
to
I know.
a
I'll
treat
take a
place
picture of the
right
smoothie
now.
bar. Better make sure I get it in the center of the frame. Not
I
too
actually
big
might be
and
able
not too
to...
small. If the
There's a
camera
mini game
turns
right
pink,
here that I might be
know
able to
I've got a
play.
good shot lined up.
I'm not sure, actually. Okay, no, I don't want to play this. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go with not homemade treats, which is slower, but whatever. That's what I get for messing up the minigame. So here, after the camera tutorial, I had that tutorial because I have to take a picture of a few things. I need to take a picture of that
That's a
smoothie
good
bar,
one.
this fountain,
Okay,
and then a
let's go to the
centerpiece
ball
in
fountain centerpiece.
the last
I have to
area
make
in this
sure I
kind of
snapped
hub.
it nice and big.
When the
But
frame
not too
of the
big in
camera
the
is
center of
pink,
the
that
frame.
means my shot is good enough for the objective. However, this fountain is really finicky, so if it would stop you being so finicky, I would like that. I'm going to go over here and try and get a picture.
Hello.
It has to be in the center, is the thing. So it has to be in the center of the picture. I just don't know how the distance works, apparently. Come on, fountain. Come on. Give it to me. What is happening? Come on. Alright. Nope. This... I don't know. I've never had this much problem with the fountain. It's usually the centerpiece that's a big problem, but... Alright, I'm just gonna keep walking around until I get a good camera angle for the... Okay, that works? What? Alright, I don't know anything about this game.
Right in the middle.
Good game.
What was that?
I'll just take one last photo of
No
the
idea.
centerpiece in the plaza.
Alright, and then the last thing we need a picture of is right here. This weird looking centerpiece.
Check the size.
Which
and make
is
sure it's in the
kinder.
center of the frame.
Alright, and then we have a button to return to our office on our phone, which we open by
My
pressing the
camera
B
skills are
button.
really improving, and the
Oh,
artwork
no,
is
okay, so I messed up something really badly.
sweet.
I don't know if it's still in my planner, but I
Hi,
actually...
pretty princess.
I think I have to restart the task now for the pictures, because what I usually do... What I usually do there is... I finish the task and then switch characters to get Sasha's task, but I was really fast on my menuing there, a bit too fast, and I ended up switching characters before the mission was flagged complete, because
Let's get to it.
there's some text that happens after the mission, and sometimes the game pauses while that text goes on, but for this mission it doesn't.
That's
So
pretty much it.
by
We can use the
I
photo
switched
section
before the
of
mission was
photos to
flagged
view
complete,
watch
and now I
any
have to do it
pictures we
again.
take. Pretty useful for
I have to
saving
wait
our
through the
favorite
camera
pics.
tutorial again. This is
When I'm ready, I
fantastic.
should head outside and get some photos for my
Do you want to
article.
talk? I can't wear skates inside. Do you want to talk about something? Well, I do this mission a second
Now
time.
let's practice. I know.
Or-
I'll
No
take a
idea.
picture of the smoothie bar.
Alright.
Better make sure I get it in the center of the frame. Not too big and not too small. If the camera frame turns pink, I know I've got a good shot lined up.
Alright, so I know how to work the fountain this time, apparently, and that is get the worst angle on it possible.
Okay.
What is this? Why does that
Now
work?
centerpiece. I have to make sure I snap
Why?
it nice and big.
Alright,
Not
that's
too
how
big
the
in
game
center
is,
of the
apparently.
frame. Cool. Right in the middle.
What's
Neat.
actually funny is
I'll
if
just
I'm
take
not
one
holding down the
last
speed
photo of
boost
that
button on
centerpiece
the
in
skates,
plaza.
I'll actually be moving slower while
Same
skating
deal.
than
Take
normal
angle,
walking.
check the
So,
size, and make
Alright,
sure
take
it's
the
in
picture.
center of the frame.
alright, now I have to
Alright.
wait.
My
I'm gonna
camera
wait
skills
this
are
time.
really improving, and the article should help out a lot of our
There we
readers,
go. So
too.
once I see that
Sweet.
text box,
How are you, Bunny Boo?
is when I know I can switch over. Again, most of the time, that text box, there'll be a cutscene before it, so it'll be fine. But that time, nope. So yeah, now we're going on to Sasha's task. We're gonna have to do like 3 sets of tasks in the run for the magazine, because what's happening right now is these tasks are trying to fill stuff out for our magazine, because we run a fashion magazine. And I guess with this auto-scroller happening, that gives me time to explain the plot of the game. Basically, the plot of the game is there's this kind of contest where the Bratz magazine and the Pretty Pink Magazine, if that's the name. Are you already hungry? No, okay. Is running in a contest to kind of see the best. Oh, I'm just gonna do this now, actually, if I can, if the game lets me. I can. All right, I'm gonna get the homemade stuff now.
Right on track.
There we go. Okay.
Great.
So that's the mini game. That's what it should have been. And now you're here. Yeah. So you're gonna run over to the first ticket. Actually, I might try something next run, because I actually have a new strat idea. I might warp the pet and re-entering the treat game. Actually, do you think about that? Do you think that would work? If I
have no idea.
If I skated over to the treat minigame, exited it, and spawned the pet, I have to time that now. I have something to do in this game that isn't a meme. What the hell? So yeah, now I have homemade treats, and now the pet is going to run a lot farther before having to be fed. Meaning, and you see there's this little intermission every time he needs to be fed, which wastes about like 3-4-ish seconds. So if I have to wait less, that just saves time. And the minigame is really fast, so I think I soft locked the mission. This can happen. Okay, nope, never mind. What? Okay. I don't know what this game is.
All right, we got 'em all.
What is this game?
No one knows what the game.
Alright, that's the movie magic, though. So yeah, now we're halfway through this magazine. So now what I'm going to do is get our next one on. We're still basically going through more tutorials in this first set of missions. So right now, we're going to switch to Chloe, where we have the makeup tutorial.
I hear City Looks has a style and new makeup station.
So
The latest features. I should go
the
check
makeup
out
tutorial is
Inspire our
literally
latest
just a
design for
cutscene,
patented
where it's trying to guide us
City Looks in
through
the mall and
the
give my makeup technique a tune.
the makeup stuff, but the way it works is similarly to ending a mission. We actually just have to wait for Chloe to finish explaining a thing before we can do it ourselves. So I just kind of sit there mashing whatever button I have to press next while waiting for her to shut up so I can actually continue on. So yeah, let's just run over the basics. Makeup is not a mechanic that is used at all in the run. There is no other mission in the game that ever requires you to do any makeup stuff, so we're not going to. So this is our compact menu. It's the different colors we can use. So I'm just gonna, the game's gonna force us to select a compact, so I'm just gonna select this one because it's closest to the OK button. So that as soon as I press it, I can just go up to the OK button. And then I have to choose a new color on the compact. It does not matter which one I do, because the time it takes to scroll down to the stuff I can do is just like that. Alright, so let's learn about all the makeup stuff. I just have to select all of these and then talk for a while,
That's lipstick. Add some blush to my cheeks with this. This applies eyeshadow to the lower eye area. Well, that's all the basics.
There's a new mirror feature too, by the way.
Check out the new mirror feature.
Again, we don't use makeup at all on the run, so this does not matter to me in the slightest. I just kind of have to sit through it because it's a required to get to the next part of the game. But I should go back to explaining the story. So yeah, Bratz magazine and Pretty Pink magazine are entered in a contest where we're going to go around the world and model clothes by an unknown teenage fashion designer. So we hold auditions and then we choose our designer. And we also work on our magazine on the side, because that's what you do when you're a magazine maker, I guess. I don't know. while also getting ready for the show. And we're also kind of using magazines to promote the show. So, yeah, it works out like that. So we just kind of have to do whatever task is given to us to prepare for the show or the magazine or whatever. And now we're playing as Jade, and the last thing we're going to learn is designing, really. So we get to go to this place, Dynamic Design, and up in the upper half of it, there's going to be a t-shirt creator. Where I'm going to create a t-shirt. The game's going to make us do some stuff. I'm just going to click buttons to get through the tutorial quickly. Yeah, and I have to click everything, and if I don't click everything and I go to click done, the game will be like, wait, you have more stuff to mess around with. But yeah. This mission, I have to make my own t-shirt and then style it at the photo booth. So we're gonna go over to the photo booth as well, which is kind of on the other side of the map from where I am right now. It's fine. So yeah, the photo booth is in here.
Booth's just open. Check it out over by the fountain.
And I guess I should kind of explain each area, except for one of them is... Alright, so here I just need to strike a pose, and then the game will ask me if I want to save the picture. And if I click yes, then that's the game saying you use the photo booth, and I'm done. So, alright. So each kind of area has 3 major things. So in Stylesville, which is our location right now, there's the mall, there's the Fashion Promenade, and there's... I don't even remember the name of the last one. It's written somewhere on my notes. The Dance Heaven Plaza. Alright, so now we're not going to focus as much on getting our magazine, because that's what we just did, and we're going to get ready for the first show. So the fashion show I mentioned, there's going to be 3 of those in the run, and the first one is going to be right here in Stylesville, because that's where both of us are, both the Bratz office and the Pretty Pink office are. So here I need to design a poster. Once I do a tutorial once, I don't need to do it again. So from now on, every time I need to create something, whether it be some sort of poster or some sort of like shirt, I can literally just make it blank and then get on my way doing whatever I need to do. Which is completely hilarious, considering the context of some missions where we create cards later in the run. But for now, we're just gonna cover these billboards that say the Limelight, which is going to be the venue of the show, with a white sheet of paper to promote the show, the fashion show. Yeah. Okay. So I think I might have talked to an NPC. And that's just something, the hitbox of NPCs in this is annoyingly terrible. I'm going to take off the skates because I cannot slow down. So NPCs can talk to you from really far away, and to the point where if there's one close enough to the billboard,
nice look.
I can't get one on the billboard because the game prioritizes talking to the NPC. So right now Phoebe, alright, there we go. Phoebe was in such a position where I had to be in a really specific spot to not have her... What the hell is happening right now? I had to be in a really specific spot to not have to talk to her because she was blocking the billboard, even though she was like standing to the side of it. The Limelight is that theater right there that we'll go to when it's time. But that's the end of this task. So now we're going to go to our sponsors, which is not a Spotify ad, but instead, before each show, we'll have a sponsor. So we'll have to buy a certain clothing brand, or a line rather, like a clothing line. And so here we have to go to this store, and we're going to have to buy the, what's it called? The Passion for Fashion line of clothing. So this is what buying stuff is like. Okay, that's just accessories, right? That's not clothes. Alright, and now it's time for the first actual fashion show. So, I guess I should say this now. The fashion shows are like 3-minute auto-scrollers that I can't speed up. So, once I start the show, I'm basically going to have 3 minutes to do whatever I want. So, I don't know, if you want to talk about the one incentive we have left. But,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. But for now, I actually have to put on the clothes for the show. Each show has a theme, and this one is Costume Party. So I have to choose 2 characters, which I just kind of mash, and whatever the first 2 characters are that are on the left are the 2 I play as. And then I have to wear everything in the Costume Party set in my inventory. Okay, hold on. My menu is messed up. Are you wearing your necklace? Yes, are you wearing your earrings? Alright, I'm gonna trust you already. If I don't equip everything correctly, the game will actually say, like, you need to get in stuff, and if it's something small, like earrings or a necklace, it can be hard to notice. So, yeah, this part is kind of scary, actually, even though I'm just putting stuff on. That should be good. Yep, alright, so now we just have like 3 minutes to do whatever. Because the runway here, there's 3 stages to the runway that we have to do with each of our characters, and then when the fashion designer, whose name is Mandy right now, she made these clothes, they're beautiful. When she goes on, it's just an auto-scroller of having to wait for her to do 3 poses, and we're supposed to take pictures of her, but we don't have to.
Time to strut your stuff center stage.
Linka, there are like no rules for this game right now because nobody cares about it, so if you want to play on a burned disc, go for it.
Yeah. I'll just try play your name when I can.
You're looking good. Prove you can move.
I'm gonna actually see if I can't get something to eat.
Okay now, even better than your friend. You ready? This is the big one, girl. Really wow 'em.
So yeah, this is my favorite part of the run. Because I get to eat cookies.
Big finish. Big finish. I want a big
Nice
finish.
auto scroller.
Mhm.
All right, girls. Well done. Girls with the cameras, I want lots of hot shots. You first.
I get to do my favorite thing during when I have the camera, which is zoom in creepily on the faces. Oh yeah, there's the camera angle where she disappears during the handstand.
I like what I see. Camera
I found that out
team,
today.
snap her at the next
If Mandy does a handstand at a certain camera angle, there we go.
Wow.
Good. I like it. I like it. Now make sure we finish big. Camera 1, this means you, camera 1. Follow the
Also,
designer.
she should have just broke her fucking neck doing that. Alright,
That's it for now. Okay.
so we're not going to watch the cutscene there of them, the other team doing the fashion show. what we get to do now is we get to do more tasks. We get to do another thing for the magazine. So, this is actually thing in the route I did. I wanted to do Jade's mission last because each girl kind of has a weird, like, set default position in the office. When you teleport into the office by using the phone, you usually just get sent to the door or a different place depending on, like, where you are in the game. Like, if you're in one of the other two locations, you have a different office. But for some reason, after that fashion show, it sends you back to the office in whatever the default position is of the girls normally, and Jade's is closest to the computer, so you can get started with the missions as soon as possible. Because otherwise you'd have to have someone walk over to Jade so you could play as Jade. Oh, also, I haven't mentioned this yet, but when I teleport back to the house, pay attention to my hair. That happens. I don't know why it happens, but it just does. It's stupid.
I need to scoop on the new princess fashions that have just touched down in stores. It's so cutting edge, we've got to have it in the mag before the next big thing comes along. Okay, here's the plan. They're selling the princess line at Strut It in the mall, and Strut
My favorite character to have that happen to is Yasmin, because her hair is just a really long ponytail. It's just long and straight. So it's the funniest when it happens to her hair. I still have my cookies from the fashion show. Alright, but now we got Belle of the Ball, which is a task where we get to show off yet another new brand of clothing, which in this case, instead of Passion for Fashion, it's the princess line of clothing. The Incredibles had a thing about hair. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, that came out, like, this came out in 2006, and if I recall correctly, the Incredibles came out in 2004. So, I don't know how much, I don't know anything about 3D animation and hair. Alright. So, there's a store that sells, like, jewelry, like necklaces and bracelets and stuff with the princess line that I'm also allowed to wear in this task. But for the sake of the game says that the bare minimum I need to wear to finish the task before going to the photo booth is just the top, bottom, and footwear, because those are clothes that you're required to have on the character at all time. Like, you can take off earrings and stuff like that, but you obviously can't take off tops, bottoms, or, what's it called? Tops, bottoms, or shoes. As much as you want to.
Keep us up to date for now, but you never know what's going to be the next hot thing. Gotta keep them peeled.
And here is some story stuff, actually. So in the story right now, our fashion designer. So I mentioned the contest, and we had a teen fashion designer. Our fashion designer just up and quit on us. Did one show and left. So now we have to worry about getting a new fashion designer. Fortunately, we have one planned, which is a character named Sheridan, who we will meet soon. But for now, we just kind of have to keep on doing tasks because that's the gameplay. So yeah. And here we get another type of mission. Missions in this game are very, as you can tell, there are just different versions of kind of the same style. This is a new one where we have to actually talk to people so we can give them stuff. So there's like putting posters on boards, there's buying clothes, there's tracking stuff with your pet, there's designing something, and then there's like buying stuff and taking a picture of it, And then there's this one. This happens like 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times in the game. We do missions where we go around giving people stuff. In this mission, what we do is we give people flyers for an ice rink because there's a competition where whoever gets the most flyers given out gets to be the first one to ever skate on the new ice rink. And that is just a great story for a magazine. So we're in it to win it. Fortunately, you can't really lose it, so we just have to go around. But we still want to go fast because obviously it's a speed run. But this guy decided to keep walking. NPCs in this game are kind of weird because it can actually be fairly random which one shows up. And even then, they have like a kind of set area they can be in. But the point is, alright, so now we get here. This is the last guy we want to talk to. And then we have all 9. And now we can go on the ice rink. We're just going to immediately turn around off the ice. And, yeah, that's the task. See, there's some good hair animations.
How are you, Bunny Boo?
That's so bad. Yeah, and then the last task we have to do is we're gonna have to design a t-shirt and then have a photo shoot at a place called Picture This, which is a store in, not really a store, but a place in the Dance Heaven Plaza where we can have a photo shoot with whatever outfit we want. For the sake of this mission, we're gonna have to go back to the design store to design a new t-shirt, and by a new t-shirt, I mean a plain white one. So yeah, I need to do that. And the store's over here. Pretty soon, we're actually going to have a place to design t-shirts and posters within the comfortability of our own office. So, that's nice. It makes stuff easier. Basically, this is the most tedious part of the run, because the ending of the run is really weird, and the middle of the run is kind of really boring. There's, like, a lot of auto-scrolling stuff. But this part of the run, the thing is, alright, so the story is obviously we have to travel. And this is where we're located, so we don't have offices in the other parts of the world. So in the other hubs, everything we need is kind of gonna be like in our big truck, so we can do a ton of things with a lot quicker. But right now, everything's kind of spread out. So if we want to get to the photo booth, we have to walk all the way over there. If we want to design a poster, we have to walk all the way over there. Stuff like that. Our missions are like way too far away. It's like 10 steps.
That's your own t-shirt design, right?
Here, this is like a photo booth, except instead of doing 1 pose, I have to do 3.
Keep that style
And then the mission finishes.
That was fun. It's kind of embarrassing seeing myself in the magazine. But kind of cool, too.
Alright, and then we finished all of our missions in this set, so now that the magazine's ready to be published, we can go to the next area of the game. So yeah, I mentioned there are 3 areas because we're going to do 3 different fashion shows in 3 different parts of the world. Stylesville, for those who don't know, is in California. But now the next part of the game is going to take place in Florida. So we have to enter the back of the truck, and then there's a trigger there to start a cutscene. And then when that cutscene finishes, we're in the new part of the game. I don't even know what I'm doing. Hold up. My notes are wrong? Here we go. Okay. I was supposed to talk to someone. Here they are. They were way far away, so I didn't activate their cutscene. Alright, but now what I need to do is... this is Sheridan. She's our new designer because Mandy quit on us. She's kinda unsure about doing this, especially because she was not the original pick. So we're gonna prove to her that style exists, I guess, by buying everything I don't even understand the point of this mission, honestly. It's really stupid. But hey, it exists, so we do it. Wear that thing. Okay, we're good. My menuing is not very good today. Oh, that's not going to be good for one shot, because that game is menuing the game, isn't it? Oh well. It'll be fine.
Good luck menuing on one shot and not
Thanks.
crashing.
Oh, I'm going to crash in one. I think every marathon run I've done of Solstice, I've been fine. But every marathon run... Oh, no. Other way around. I think every marathon run of any percent, I've done fine. Like, I think the worst thing that's happened was I had an OBS crash once. Yeah, that happened once. I had an OBS crash during Speed Stuff 4. But every place I've run any percent, the runs... Except for that, the run's been fine. But I've always, like, text crashed every single time I've done Solstice. And it's always been at the same character, too. I don't want to say the same part, because that's a lie. It was the same, it was ProfitBot, but I think in my Speed Stuff 3 run, I crashed on Solstice Profit, and then in Speedruns Rochester, I crashed in any percent profit.
No thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are the only text crashes. I should be fine, though. I mean, I'm doing a Solstice run, so I am going to text crash somewhere, but...
Yeah.
Whatever. So right now we have a set of auto-scroller missions, basically, where what's going on is our keys to our truck were stolen, and so we suspect that it's one of the members from Pretty Pink Magazine sabotaging us. So we have to sneak... Which, this is a great sneak animation, by the way. We have to sneak around, not getting noticed by Casey. It does not matter if Christy sees us. Christy does not have a vision bar or exist. So, like, we can, like, be right here. But you see the bar on the top indicates our distance to Casey. The closer we are to the left, the closer to the left the blue bar goes. We need to keep the bar in the middle. And this is an auto-scroller. She'll walk around and stop at the same points.
Hello, Kirsty.
And then... the next time she stops, she's going to walk around the juice bar right here. Or the smoothie bar, rather. And then she's going to stop again. And then she's going to be like, I can't believe I lost those keys. Okay, she's going to stop here. She's going to be like... What? I wanted to jokingly see if I could strike a pose. And I hit R. And that's a new text box. I've never seen that before. Can't skate now. You gotta be sneaky about this. I can't skate. Also, yeah, the vision bar is the only thing that matters, so she's staring right at me right now, technically. But
Good thing I lost him on the beach anyway.
alright, that's the mission. So now that we snuck around, walked around there for like a solid minute or so, listening to Casey, we're now going to do another pet auto-scroller where we...
Go on, little one.
wander aimlessly around the beach for another minute or so while we wait for B to find our car keys.
Where are they?
I think we can skate in this mission, but I don't like skating in the
swim right now.
in these missions because that's not a good idea when you kind of have to control your movement, because you have to grab the thing on the ground and then give B a treat, and it's easier to be in the range, not only to grab the thing, but to give B a treat. There's also like a second or so I have a buffer before the game makes me give B a treat, so it doesn't matter if I'm not like right in front of her, which is good because I'm too lazy to like remember stuff about this game, so I'm not gonna like remember where the tickets are, or like the random stuff on the ground is. This is the second to last auto-scrollery thing, though. There's only going to be one more pet section, like, way later in the game. So, for a while, there's going to actually be stuff happening. Whatever you constitute as stuff happening in this game. But there's the car keys, so...
All right, we got it.
now we can get back in our...
All right.
our truck. Where, as I mentioned earlier, now we have a place to design posters and t-shirts. We don't even need to design another t-shirt for this run, if I recall. We just need to design another poster. So, we got another white sheet to put on some billboards. Aw, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, we gotta go outside. We have a parking lot kind of area where our truck is before we go to the area outside. It's kind of annoying because you can't skate in there, so you kind of just have to aimlessly run for 5 seconds before you can actually get outside. Slopes in this game are great when you're speed boost skating down them. Stuff like slopes and stairs, because you just kind of move so fast that the game can't move you down fast enough and you hover. Skating up is usually pretty funny on stairs, but these aren't stairs, it's a slope, so it looks fine. Okay, so yeah, here's another thing I mentioned of NPCs. Kumi is blocking the poster right now. There we go. And I'm stuck. Alright, so yeah, now that that's done, I can go over here. This is the A list, and the A list is where the second show is going to be. So I have to go through here. I'm going to, again, select 2 characters. I actually don't need to keep wearing this hat. I accidentally clicked everyday wear. Okay. So, yeah, I mashed quickly. There was the accident, so I have to sit through these shame loading screens. But yeah, I need to wear Genie Magic clothes. I don't need to keep wearing the hat. The hat is only because I had to wear one for costume party. But I keep it on because obviously it's slow to take it off. So, like, just don't. Okay, you're wearing that bracelet. Are you wearing? Nope. Okay, you're still wearing one of the. Okay, there we go. And coming up next, we're gonna get Sasha in the clothes because she was the other one. I don't even know how the game organizes them, but we just kind of mash A, as I mentioned earlier, so it does not really matter at all. And yeah, she was never in fashion show clothes because we did a show with Chloe and Yasmin last time. I don't know if you're in the left bracelet. You were not. Okay. So, yeah, again, I have to be careful and make sure I don't accidentally not equip something. But, yeah, now they should be good. The designer is automatically wearing the clothes for the show, so you never need to put the clothes on them. So, yeah, now we have 2 identical outfits, except one is wearing a hat, and they're just going to stand there for 3 minutes. Alright, so, again, if you're watching, the next run of the marathon is going to be the final run. It's going to be 1 shot. We still need $15 if you want to see the April Fool's patch for that game, so get in those because I love the April Fool's patch. It's fantastic. If you like cats meowing, then the April Fool's patch is for you. Also, if we manage to get to $500, so if we raise $200 in the last hour and a half, but by the end of 1 shot, we'll have a bonus run of DDR Mario Mix. Yes, DDR is Dance Dance Revolution, like you're thinking of. But, yeah, that's going to be at 500 total, so kind of far away, but if you really believe, maybe it can happen. Who knows? Yeah, I just have to finish this show, though. So, if you want to say anything, go for it.
Okay, you're on. Make it great.
Alright. I have my notes ready for the final part of the game.
Show us how it's done.
I'm actually going to do something stupid for the end of the marathon that I'm going to set up for after 1 shot.
What are you trying to...
I'm going to just play a song that is... I'm going to play a song at the end of the marathon that is going to be the mood. Right. I already know what marathon I'm planning to host after this. I don't know what you're thinking we should host, but my thought right now is once we're done, I was gonna host speed gaming because in about 3 hours they're gonna start a marathon on this main speed gaming channel. Do you have any opinion on who we should host?
I'll just go check Twitch channel.
Yeah, because I was gonna host Handheld Heroes is starting today. But I was also thinking about hosting the 1545, but that does not start for a few hours.
Oh yeah, 1545.
Yeah, I should host them, but again, they're not starting for a few hours until a few hours after. I'm super excited for that though. All right, so that's the Florida show. So that's basically Florida done. Where we don't have another scene where we leave for New York, which is the third area. But that's Florida done, because we're going to be in Florida already. And yeah, so this is New York. It's the third final, guess you could call it a hub world? I don't know. We're going to get a task here. Everybody needs to get a task again, because we're doing another magazine. Well, we're working on another magazine in New York, so everybody's going to need to do one task. And the first thing we need to do for Jade is we need to do another one of those missions where we give stuff to people, like we did the ice rink flyers, but this time we're going to do seasonal greeting cards. And you know what the best thing to put on a seasonal greeting card is? I'll tell you, a blank white piece of paper. Again, we don't need to ever design anything ever again, so we just need to make a blank white piece of paper and give it to 6 people. So yeah, there's 3 areas here. There's going to be Central Park, there's going to be Avenue, and there's going to be the Center, which is my favorite 3 parts of New York. It's absolutely fantastic. I just bonked into a movie poster. Boop. Alright.
Happy holidays, Jade. Thanks.
I'm gonna bonk on this person so I can turn around easier.
That's cute.
While going over here, because I have to give one to... I don't even know if this is Christy or Casey, but... one of the 2 is over here, because this is where the, this is where Pretty Pink is staying, in that building right there. And then there's one more. Okay, my cat is blocking me from going down the stairs. Yeah, there's me floating on the stairs, because this game is great. But yeah, bonking on the skates is actually a really good way to change your direction.
Happy holidays to you too, Jade.
And I just accidentally located something instead of going back home.
Sure is chilly.
There's the hair. Alright, so now we get to do another fashion show type thing. Kind of mini fashion show, like the auto scrollers you've been seeing. But instead of the girls, we're gonna see our pet bee do a fashion or do a pet show. Really, not really fashion. We just kind of have to do poses, and this one's actually gonna be a bit different because unlike similarly to fashion shows, it's basically the same thing except it is the pet. But there's a few differences. First off, there's less combos you can do. The combos only use the B and X button on this mission. So our pet can do, because our pet only knows so many tricks apparently. But this one is actually not an auto scroller, because in the actual fashion shows, if you do the set of poses that are on screen before the timer finishes, it'll just give you a new set of 3 poses. But here, if you do a set of 3 poses, it'll start the second stage, this next stage of the show, even if the timer's not done. So, yeah, we actually are going to do stuff here. And you see the timer's going to go back up even though it was never finished. So yeah, this actually is something that you have to do to save time. And this last set of poses is like, it's always the same. It always tries to give like 3 poses that are 3 button combos.
Well,
So it always, and there's only 2 of those really that it has, so
look at those scores. And
yeah, go
the
us.
Bratz
We
have the
beat
top prize. Their
everybody
incredible
by
performance
a
and
ton of
passion
points because we're
fully
so
deserve
good at
the
pet
gold
shows.
award. There's
We
truly
beat
is
Tori,
the hottest
we
pet
beat
in the
Ash, we
country.
beat Wiley,
Bravo.
we
Sorry,
beat
Vanilla,
Royale,
but you lose
who
this
is
time. Today was
the
the
dog
day
that
for
belongs
Bratz.
to
What an
Birdface, which is,
absolutely
I don't like the
positive
actual name, but it's the
show.
nickname that Casey and Christy
Proud
give to
you've
the
been
leader
watching
of
the
Pretty
New
Pink.
York Pet Show. We hope you enjoyed it.
We rocked the competition.
So yeah, that's the
once
thing,
again.
it's
What a
easy.
great New York article.
And then
Well, folks,
Looking good, Bunny Boo.
we're gonna go here and do our next 2 tasks, which our first one is going to be
What's up? New York is famous for some of the best.
we're going to
things
have to take
anywhere in
pictures
the
of
world.
stuff again,
I could do a story
except
on
this
your
time
photos.
the hitboxes are actually pretty good. We just have to take pictures of 6 different movie posters.
No time like the present.
It's kind of weird how the game determines which posters are actually worth taking a picture of and which ones are not worth taking a picture of, but I know which 6 I have to take a picture of, so it does not matter. Also, the hitbox on these things are usually better. This one can be kind of annoying because there can be obstructions like that lamppost or a tree. And I'm not going to put on the skates because you can't use the camera while on skates, and even though there's a tree in the way of that poster, I can just take a picture anyways. Alright, so there I did, here I'm going to do something. I've been doing this a little bit, but I've never explained it. That's a skate slide. Basically, if you're moving at your best speed while skating, you can unequip the skates, and the game will keep you moving at skate boost speed for like another second or 2 before actually taking the skates off. So if you need to take your skates off to do something like open the camera, or yeah, like that basically. It's not none. Which I missed a poster, I think, because the game is not marking the mission as completed. I have this one, right? Which one did I miss? Because I took Drama Mama over there. I took Kittens over there. Boys and Gals, I have. This is weird. This game loves me. Yeah, I have you. Unless the game actually ended up not counting this one because there was a tree. No, it looks like that's fine. Alright, we didn't get Kittens for some reason. The first set of Kittens. Alright, and now the last one we have to do is Chloe. With Chloe, I'm actually going to set something up. So, when it comes to having to do Chloe, we're basically going to be playing as Chloe for the rest of the game because it's the last thing we need to do for the magazine. And the only thing that's ever character specific is the magazine. So right now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put on some clothes. I'm going to put on this dress and this pair of shoes because as a little prank, the Tweevils gave us a copy of their outfit and put it in their wardrobe.
How's it going, Angel?
And that's actually important for something coming up soon.
They have an amazing
We're going to
famous ice rink here in New York.
get our last task for the magazine, which is going to be this ice rink one. This ice rink one is really funny because the triggers for how the story progression works is like really weird involving this cutscene. And if the game is mean to me, there's a chance that they may just not work at all, and I may have to do the ice rink race twice, even though the game knows I've finished the race. But hopefully that won't happen, because I think I figured out how to make the game know I've actually done the thing. One other thing we're going to do before we go back to the thing is I'm going to head to this store right here and style my hair to be that. I'm going to buy a wig, which is basically, yeah, this is like a buy a hair style. And I'm going to buy, if the game loads, I'm going to buy the Tweevils wig. So now I basically have the same hairstyle as Kaylee and Christy. So now I basically look like Kaylee and Christy, except I'm wearing really nice accessories, like a witch's hat. Game doesn't care about that, though. Game just cares that I'm wearing the top and shoes and have the hair.
I know
So
some
now I'm
people
gonna head
like
over
this
to
when
the
you
ice
get it,
rink.
But I need the sun. All.
Oh yeah, this hair does not vibrate, you're correct. I mean, Chloe's hair is, like, not the one that usually vibrates. It's usually the ones with, like, the ponytails and pigtails and stuff. Alright, so now that I have the mission, I have to just wait for the game to load the area fully. I have to collect these poles in a certain order. The game's gonna give me an order to collect them in, and if I actually, like, try to get one that the game is, the arrow in front of me isn't pointing to, it just will not collect. So, like, this order that I'm getting them in right now is actually the one that the game forces me to collect them in. And it's funny because this mission gives you 6 minutes and 40 seconds to complete this mission. And you don't even need, like, 30 seconds. Like, even if you mess up like I did there, you don't even need 30 seconds. Alright, so now we're gonna get...
So much fun.
have that. Alright, there we go.
Readers like the article.
And now, when I get back to the truck, I should phone home. And now the game's gonna realize that, hey, Sheridan's kind of missing right now. So we're gonna create a poster. Yeah, there's sometimes in the game, once you complete a magazine, the game usually tries to get the effect of finishing the magazine on you immediately. But for that one, it waits until you get back home to give you the magazine. So, now what we need to do is a really weird set of events. So we have... Our designer, Sheridan, is missing, basically. We don't know where she is. We have to, we're going to place missing posters. So we can try and get people's attention to find her. Because we kind of need her. Hopefully she's just lost and nothing bad happened. But if she's lost, we want to find her. So, yeah, I'm just going to place stuff again. And over here in the center, there are 3 billboards for us. This path that I'm going on to get the billboards is usually a little faster, but you can do a clockwise loop instead if there's an NPC in the way of one of the billboards. Fortunately, there wasn't, so I'm good. And I'm going to go right home. And then this is another kind of weird part. The game does not tell us immediately. I mean, technically it does. The game sends us a text message. You see the phone icon in the top left. I did not mean to open the phone, but I accidentally hit B while adjusting the camera. Yeah, so we get a message from an unknown caller saying they might know where Sheridan is. And we're going to go over to the Central Park and walk forward. There should be a cutscene, yep. And that's going to start a chase mission where basically... Someone found a missing, I don't remember what it is, I think an earring or something of Sheridan's. And with that, we're going to have B track the scent, like sniff the earring to have Sheridan's scent, and then have her track her scent to find out where Sheridan is. So... yeah, we need to go all the way across New York. As a spoiler, I'll say this now, but Sheridan is stuck in a building in the center. There was a building I referenced earlier that had importance to some other characters that is important now. So B's going to take his... I don't even know if it's a boy... I think the pet... when you get the pet, like the pet adoption screen, really the pet picker, but I want to make it sound not mean. It has a little menu that's like tells you like, oh, if it's a boy or a girl. I think it also has traits on there, but I don't remember which one it is for B. But yeah, we're all in the center now. And the game's going to guide us in here. And so with the Tweevil outfit, which is the name, the kind of nickname of the group given to Casey and Christy, of Pretty Pink magazine, we're allowed to go into the Tweevil's basically place, which is right here, because this is where B is saying Sheridan is. So we can go inside, and we have another kind of sneaky mission right here, where we have to sneak past Birdface is right there, and get to this closet because Sheridan.
My stupid sister is up to something.
I did not mean to talk here when trying to skip the dialogue prompt for finishing the task.
For me and find out what she's up to?
Yeah, there's the message that Sheridan has gone missing. Alright, so now we've rescued Sheridan, and we're ready to promote the show. So, let's go. So I'm gonna make one last poster, one last blank sheet of paper.
Hey.
And this soon after doing one of the missing posters tasks, or doing a poster task, I get to do another task where I put things on billboards. Not even kidding.
Buzz off.
So I take the same route because that route is fastest. It's fastest to finish in the center because it takes long. Like the truck area where the truck is, the parking lot is basically directly in between the entrance to the center and the entrance to Central Park. So
I know some people like this winter
we
weather,
can. Yeah, this is why you can sometimes, if you want to, go clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Okay, there we go.
Didn't work out with
Because
the
sometimes
first
Sienna
episode,
there can
huh?
be in the way of your poster, of your billboard, and you don't like that. So that's that.
Okay, girls. I know you've had a rough patch, but it's time to prepare.
So
for the new
now,
show.
just like the
Design
first
a new
show,
poster in your shop.
we have to go and
let's get this show on the run.
buy our clothes as our sponsored. In fact, they named their line after us. So I have to find where our accessories are. I think it's actually right here. Yeah. Alright, and then we actually, oh wait, oh my notes are wrong, it says buy glasses, but actually no, wait, there's a different stand that sells the glasses, right. I didn't need to buy the bracelets, that was a waste of time. Fortunately, okay, they're right here, so I did that wrong in that shop. Fortunately, the way this game works, I actually, you get enough money from finishing tasks that I never need to worry about not having enough money to buy the items that are required to finish the game. Okay. And so with that task done, we are good to head over to this place. This is the Deco Dance Club. And this is where the final show is taking place. So...
Okay, guys.
Alright, 2 characters. And we need to go all the way down to the Diamondz collection. Yep, that's right. Alright, that looks good. So yeah, I just need to do 2 more equippy things, and then start the show. And then at the end of the show, I mean, I'm managing the timer, but again, the show is like a few minute auto-scroller. But at the end of the show is time. So if you guys want that April Fool's Patch incentive for one-shot to be met, you have 3 minutes now to get... Is your bracelet on? Yes, okay. You have 3 minutes at this point to donate $15 to the incentive. Alright, and this is a cutscene, so we basically just get to sit down until time.
Let's show these people the hottest fashion in Manhattan. They need to see all the angles. Hit it.
Alright, so I'm actually gonna use this time to get the credentials set up for the one-shot run.
Own the
So-
stage, girl. You look great.
Okay, cool. It's automatically changing. Fun. I didn't want this. So yeah. So that I can just set up the game right then and there.
Okay.
And then get ready for
Time
one
you
shot.
to show us what you got.
And then after that, it's the end.
Spotlight's on you.
I don't need to change the runner text. I'm still running. Alright, so yeah. Oh, okay. It auto-updated the estimate, but not everything else. Yeah. So that's going to be the credentials for the final run of the marathon. So I'm just going to wait for
This is it.
this to be over, and then I'm going to set up for that. I kind of wish I had time to watch the final cutscene.
Now over to the cameras. This is where the magic happens. Starting with camera 1.
And here's cameras. So you want to zoom into faces. I might actually get a picture or two. Look at that leg.
Quick, switch to camera 2 and get her on the next pose.
Nice eyes. Oh yeah, also, this is not something I mentioned, but a ton of the time in this run, the arm movements of the characters will make their arms clip completely through their hair.
Big finish now.
That happens in basically every animation. I think with characters like Chloe, who have this kind of same hairstyle as Sheridan, every single time you skate, your arm movement will actually go through your hair. And the air is literally just a non-solid object. So that's the end of the show. Time. So, sub 107, 106.59. Okay.
Mr. Powell?
So I'm not going to touch this game for another like 12